Good evening everybody, welcome to another episode of T.E.A.R.S. Now today I'm going to be looking at Super Hang-On for the Amiga. Now you're probably thinking, oh my god, it's another dodgy Sega coin-op conversion. But well, you're wrong about that, because this is actually a damn good version. Now for those of you who know the arcade game, if you can hear it, you can probably recognise the tune in the background as Winning Run. Probably the most iconic tune in the game. It's one of my favourite game tunes of all time. And yeah, this is actually a very good arcade port. It's probably one of the very first coin-op versions I played. Because we actually had this one on our real Amiga. Unlike the other past games I've reviewed, we actually had this one. Although we didn't really have it as such, we actually had a copy of this game, like a pirated copy, one that my dad copied off his mate. And no, it was a really cool game. It's very much like Outrun, but the only difference is that you're on a motorcycle, and and the road doesn't split at the end. It's just one straight course. Anyway, this game was ported by Electric Dream Software in 1988. I'm just going to select joystick control, and I'm going to set the sensitivity to high. That's one thing that's really good. Yeah, good. You can adjust the sensitivity of the joystick control. You can also control by mouse as well, and I like the fact you can load and save your high scores as well. Not many arcade ports did that. Anyway, I'm on the map screen for now. As you can see, we've got 4 stages, 4 different classes. You've got beginner, junior, senior, and expert. I'm just going to go for beginner first, which is Africa. Now here's the music. As you can hear, it doesn't sound too bad on the Amiga. They're pretty recognisable. It's not the best, but pretty recognisable. And here we go. Now you can see it. Yeah. This is another Atari ST port, but they've done a few changes to it. They've not just done a straight port of it. They've kind of changed the graphics just very slightly. Obviously, the sound is superior. And I really like the speed that the game is running. It's certainly a lot better than Outrun. Okay, I mean the arcade version ran at 60 frames a second, whereas this one's at 25. But overall, it's really quite fast. It gives you a really good illusion of speed, and it's not jerky, unlike Outrun, which was probably which was really quite jerky. Now, there's one thing you probably notice is that in Super Hang-On, if you get to 280 kilometers an hour, you can press and hold down the fire button and you get a turbo boost. Whee! Obviously, you have to be very careful not to go crashing into any obstacles whilst going around tight corners. Okay, now I like how the course changes there. I think that's pretty neat. So I'm onto the second, stage 3 now. And yeah, overall I'm really quite impressed with this port. The joystick controls are really good. You can also, and of course, you can play the game with the mouse as well. And no, I really like this port. I certainly enjoyed it a hell of a lot more than Outrun, which was an absolutely diabolical. But this is everything Outrun should have been. And yeah, and overall, it's a very good port. The graphics are nice and tidy. The gameplay moves at a nice frame rate. The music's technically not the best on the Amiga, but it's very recognisable. You can instantly recognise this tune as Winning Run. And I mean, look at the speed it's running at. It's quite impressive, especially for an A500 Amiga game from the late 80s. It's pretty impressive, and to be fair, this arcade port is quite highly regarded for many Amiga fans, because because there weren't that many good arcade ports on the Amiga. There's only really a small handful I can think of, which is a bit of a shame because the Amiga was very capable of doing very capable of doing really good arcade ports, and this so happens to be one of the very best ones. So if I stop talking now, I must have run out of a few things to say. But no, this is a really good conversion. Well, actually, there's one thing I should point out as well. If you've got a 512K system, basically, upon loading the game, it just loads up the menu and the menu screens and stuff. And then when you select a course, it will start loading again. But if you've got a 1 megabyte system, it loads the entire game up, which is something that the programmers of Out Run never bothered to do. Really, it's a bit lazy if you ask me, but at least here they put in an extra bit of effort. Now, as you can see, I've actually completed the beginner course. I can get through the beginner course quite easily. I just wanted to play beginner course just to show you what the game's like. And overall, I'm really impressed with it. And I've come out on top of the table. Yay! The music is pretty good as well. I can easily recognise it as the end game music. And overall, if you come across this game for the Amiga and you can't tell whether to get it or not, it's highly recommended. It's a very good arcade port. I'm going to give this game 4 out of 5.
Things like this, things like that.
It's all good in the long run.